Hi YouTube, this is Bayu here. You heard what happened last night. The Russians did a military strike in Ukraine. And no, don't believe what the Western prostitutes and US prostitutes are telling you. The military strike was directed to Ukrainian military installation, Ukrainian military depots, Ukrainian military fuel dump. They had not attacked the city. Yes, there are some fake videos and fake actors, just like the white helmets in Syria, carbon copy. And you know who runs that stuff. And the funny part is, there is a group of people that believe in governments, and they will believe in no matter what. And they will go to the grave believing that they are right because they believe in the government. But those with a little bit of academia or a little bit of background in history, we understand history. And history repeats itself. You don't believe me? I want you to read 2008, Yugoslavia. Who recognized Kosovo independence? Oh, the U.S. Oh, that's correct. You get 100. 2020, who recognized Western Sahara as an independent state? Who? The U.S. That's right. You also get 100. So the U.S. government has been doing the same stuff that the Russians just did a couple of days ago. There's a big difference. Since 2014, there has been 14,000 ethnic Russians killed in the Donbass area. 14,000. And in this last 2 weeks, according to the leaders in Donetsk, they had something like about 350 civilians killed, including a whole bunch of little girls, about 12 little girls, because they blew up a bus stop in Donetsk, inside the city limit. So the interesting part that I gather from the other side, you see my I don't have a coin right here. A coin has two sides, okay? If you only knows about one side and you deny the other side, you don't have a coin. You have a project of a coin because you need two sizes. It's also like a bill, guys. Let me give you a demonstration like in school, like a little grammar school. This is a $1 bill. George Washington. You have to flip it to the other side to have a dollar bill. You cannot have a dollar bill with one face. No, that's impossible. So you have to get both sides of the story. Now, Biden was told by the European Union, that they are not going to kick out Russia out of the SWIFT system. I'm glad for the Europeans because finally they are becoming independent of the thinking. First of all, the SWIFT system is not U.S. It never was U.S. They never put a penny down to foment, to develop, and grow the SWIFT. The SWIFT system is European. And because Europeans have a completely different mentality than the idiots on both parties, remember, I'm white, I'm not red, I'm not blue. They got the whole world to abide by the rules that the SWIFT created. It's an independent private system. Now, the U.S. wants to take over because they feel like it. That's another story. But now the Europeans said, here, you're not kicking nobody to the SWIFT. And the SWIFT has some problems because the Chinese has one system. The last count was 66 countries. And the Russian got their system, which is around 40-some, 49, 48 countries. So the life of the SWIFT is in the tightrope right now. And like I told you before, the world from last night is now in blocks. One block over here, one block over here, one block over here, one block over here. You probably, if you don't listen to international press, you had not heard what the presidents in South America, what presidents in Central America has said about this issue. It boils down that Russia has been trying to solve this issue around 2 weeks ago. But the U.S. has denied the Russian right of security. NATO has bluntly disregarded Russia like you don't count, you are nobody. You don't do that to a big nuclear power. I said again, you don't treat a nuclear power like that. And keep in mind, gas, natural gas, and petroleum, Russia sells to the European Union at 48%. And I always use the Cuban machete analogy because the biggest machete in the world is the Cuban. This is why you hear a lot of Cuban machete in your back, because it's the longest one. So you feel the pain going all the way through. Qatar just told the business world that Qatar cannot support any more increase on production because they have signed long-term contract. You see, in the business, you don't want stupid Europeans. You don't want a 6 month contract. The Russians and Qatar and everybody, Iran and everybody, that Venezuela and everybody that deal with oil and gas, you want a long-term contract. So these idiots in Washington, those idiots politicians in the EU, do not mess with it. Once you got a long-term contract, you stick with the contract. Unless you are in the US, which contracts mean crap. You can get upset if you believe in the system, but that's plain true. So now the issue is that the parliament in Ukraine is fractured. There are 7 members already that went into Ukrainian TV asking for his resignation. Is one member of the opposition party that actually wants the Ukrainian military to arrest Lusensky. I keep forgetting his last name. Lusensky, and send it to the Russians so everything gets back to normal. There are no invasion of Russia in Ukrainian territory. That's a lie. However, airports and aerodromes, military airports and military aerodromes, they have been bombarded because Russia doesn't want to escalate the war. So the quicker you destroy the infrastructure, airports, unlike the U.S. Navy in Syria. Like I said before, I wasted 13 years in the U.S. Army as an artilleryman, and I know what hardware and destruction of infrastructure means for the old soldier safety. Not the opposition, not the enemy, but your own safety. The quicker you destroy, they don't have resupply, they don't have contingency plan, and then that gets destroyed. It's normal, guys. This is the art of war. I said again, this is the art of war. And the Russian military have proved that they know how to play the game. Biden is still, he's not going to last for years because he doesn't have it. He is protecting a very corrupt nation, Ukraine. Oh, by the way, when the opposition in South America, banana country, Ecuador, discovered that the president has $350 million hidden in South Dakota, they also find an account for Zelensky having over $300, 310 or 320, a little bit over 300. Also in South Dakota banking. So when you hear these, the dope dealers want to use Bitcoin for money laundering, BS. The money laundering is done here in the U.S. South Dakota and the other state in the East Coast is where the president is from. Same state. That's where you get a lot of money from the outside. That is the fruits of corruption and illegal business. The real dope dealers, El Chapo, which used to be the biggest one after Escobar, the Colombia, they deal with cash. They don't deal with Bitcoin. They don't deal with fake money or back wires. Be serious, guy. All that stuff is traceable. So don't let the government BS you. If you want to buy any kind of electronic money, you're protecting you money that you have now. And that's another thing that I want to say. Be careful with the banking system now. I got running out of time, guys. So now wait for the Russian counter-strike or strike back to the U.S. sanction. It is going to be painful. Remember, Russia does not depend on depend on the West, does not depend on the U.S. any longer for the last what? Since 2014, I believe. They work towards a protection. To the point that Putin told the Russian central bank president, never mind outlawing Bitcoin, we need it because it's another route of transaction, another route of investment. And those who believe in somebody upstairs, you need to take to our banana countries. Don't put that down. El Salvador is teaching the world how to bypass the Jewish banking system in the world. A little bit insignificant banana countries teaching everybody how to do it. Watch your money, watch your capital, because we are going to go deep into a recession with all this mess. And the Russians again came out on top. And they were talking about this for the last 2 weeks. So it's not like surprise. Only for idiots that only listen to one side. Hey, this is true history. This is true stuff. No brainwashing. It's up to you to do your own research, which you should do. Talk to you later. Behave. Be safe.